Yeah. Jinga's dad is now the director of the WBBA, and Hikaru becomes his assistant. But Jinga still got no Beyblade. But fear not, there are these prototypes that are out there that were used to make the base of Storm Pegasus. So it's time to go on a dangerous quest for the spinning top. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Let's fight an epic battle. Face off and spin the metal. No time for doubt now. No place for breaking down. Tournaments are back on, and you and Tsubasa are in the finals. And then someone crashes the finals. Hello?
My name is Masamune Kadoya, and I'm the #1 blader in the entire world.
Security?
#1, yeah, right.
We're allowing this?
Mr. Direct.
Tsubasa backs out of this because it's kind of childish to crash the tournament, but Yu wants all the smoke. Masamune pulls out the "I'm the new character, so I'm going to be the strongest character for the time being" card, because trust me, he does not really get a lot of W's after this moment. Masamune is actually trying to find Jinga, but he's not there, so he leaves. Meanwhile, Jinga's in a cave trying to pull out this Beyblade like he's King Arthur and it's the legendary sword Excalibur. But yeah, this is Galaxy Pegasus, which has the destructive power of a missile, but at this point we shouldn't be surprised. And then out of nowhere, Masamune just pinpoints Jinga's exact location, ready to battle. Now, I want you guys to see the path that Jinga and his friends have to take in order to get to the cave where the Beyblade was. They had to walk through a valley, cross a poisoned swamp, cross through a volcano, and cross through a snowy cliffside. Which means Masamune either TP'd to their location or he had to go through the same route that these guys did to get here. Now Jinga and Masamune duel, but Jinga has no control over Galaxy Pegasus. But that's okay, because Galaxy Pegasus is absurdly strong that it overpowers Masamune's Bay. Yo, it's out of the park! After this, Masamune follows them home. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Jinga just set off a bomb in the middle of the city. Well, you're kinda right. It was just another Beyblade battle with Masamune. Masamune would then go on to challenge Jinga day after day. He would lose, and lose.
Come here, burger. Huh?
Bro, it's lunchtime! No. And after every loss, Masamune hits the lab. What kind of training is this? But hey, the training actually worked, and he won against Jinga, while Jinga was still trying to learn how to use his own base, so that's a win, I guess? After Jinga's first ever L he's taken this whole season, he just makes a new special move to make up for it.
Special move, Star Booster Attack!
Bro! Did you just launch a spirit bomb? But it doesn't matter, Masamune won, so apparently he's the #1 blader, even though he's at 2 wins and 5 losses so far in the series. He's #1, guys. So now Jinga and Masamune are rivals, but now there's not really anything going on, so they've just been messing around. Until this girl shows up.
Take this from me, and right away! Accept this invitation, and please be on time. If you guys don't, I'm gonna cry. See you.
That's just me when I ask anyone to hang out. Jinga gets invited to this Chinese restaurant, but he's not there to eat. No, he's there because he's being challenged to a battle. So the girl on the left is Mei Mei, and the guy on the right is Chi Yun. They're from China's representative team, Wang Huzhong. What? Why? Bro! Why? Why? That gong's a base stadium?
This gong is the stadium.
Oh my god. Now they're challenging Jinga, but since Masamune beat Jinga, he's had an ego ever since, so now he wants a piece of the action too, so they make it a 2v2. Now because they both have egos, they kinda suck as a team. And I'm not gonna lie, this episode was just them having terrible teamwork for like 5 minutes. But during the battle, they find out that there's going to be a Beyblade World Championships that are going to be held. So the whole world was watching Battle Bladers, and now everyone wants to be known as the best blader. So the WBBA decides to host a World Championship.
Representative teams from various countries will each contain 5 people. 3 regular members, 1 sub-member, and 1 support member.
Now he says 5 people on a team, but I'm going to let you guys know right now that in the entire tournament, only 1 team actually has a support player, so I don't even know why they even, said that. But anyway, Jinga and Masamune still suck as a team, and they need to lock in. They made a realization that instead of attacking in opposite directions and hitting each other, they should attack from the same side. Surprise, surprise, it worked. Wow, who would have guessed? But yeah, that was just a prelude to the real story. Now it's time to talk about the real story of Beyblade Metal Masters. All over the country, there are tournaments being held to decide who will be in Japan's representative team for the Beyblade World Championships. Jinga automatically qualifies as a regular member on the team because he won Battle Bladers. For everyone else, it's wartime. I'm not gonna show what happened during this round because honestly, there wasn't anything that was that interesting that happened here. If you really want to see what happened this round, go watch the show yourself. So let's just fast forward to the results. Long story short, Penta and Benkei just got demoted from side character to recurring character position. Tough. The people that made it through are the following: Yu, Masamune, Tsubasa, and Kiyoya. It looked like a massacre. He killed everyone. So now we have the finals to decide who gets the spot as a regular member on Japan's representative team. The matchups are Yu versus Masamune and Kiyoya versus Tsubasa. Now we start off with Yu versus Masamune, and you know, it starts off like any other battle. And then it just kinda turns into this. Oh, how can you see what's in that arena? There is so much smoke going on. How can you see? And in typical Yu fashion, he uses a special move to blast the eardrums of every person in the vicinity with supersonic vibrations. Now Masamune has a great trick up his own sleeve, which is to full send it. Which works! Wow, who would have thought? Who needs strategies these days? The next match is Kiyoya versus Tsubasa, and they have both gone through some training. Kiyoya decided to climb back up the canyon that he did in Season 1 because apparently that helps make him become a better blader. And Tsubasa's been training by launching his bay into the sea. Bro, are you trying to be Moses? These two trained very hard to be here, so we're about to see them finally battle each other.
Special move! Lion Gale Force Wall! A tornado wall, huh?
That technique is created by combining the wide ball performance tip and the blader's great power.
Is that really how we're gonna say that that spinning top is emitting a tornado? Oh, but it gets crazier. He starts hurling rocks. But it's all good, Eagle got that Ultra Instinct on. But then Leon just uppercuts Eagle with a tornado volley.
Do it! King Lion Tang Blast! Eagle!
Now it's looking like checkmate for Tsubasa's Eagle. But then the thought of losing just made Tsubasa start bugging. No, like, he starts tweaking out of his mind. the demons started taking over him.
Win! I will win!
However, even while being possessed by the actual devil, he still cannot beat Kiyoya, and he eventually loses.
I lost this? Again?
What do you mean again? That was the first time you ever fought.
What happened to me?
That's what a losing streak does to me too, man. I get it. However, Kiyoya isn't interested in a spot in Team Japan. He only has interest in defeating Jinga, and he doesn't really feel interested in being in a team with him. So he leaves and refuses a spot on the team. Now that there's still a free position as a regular member, Tsubasa and you now battle it out to decide who is going to be the regular member and who's going to be the sub.
Now, Libra! Sonic Wave!
Move, Eagle!
Run if you
What are the
want to.
lightsaber sounds?
Sonic, do it now, Libra!
How is you not deaf at this point?
Buckle up if
Like, what the hell is even happening anymore, man? Beyblade's a little too serious. Did the beam just go Super Saiyan?
The color of the light changed!
Oh, they can see the light. They can actually emit light. You change it to— whoa!
still give up
Yo, this shit
vibrations
look
with the
like
same
Rambo
wavelength as
Road.
Libra.
Right when it looks like Tsubasa's about to lose, he has an idea.
Good job, Eagle. Just keep it up.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
So anyway, now Tsubasa's the main member and Yu's the sub. So now we got the team and it's time to head off into the world. But first, there's one more thing.
You see, each team has one athletic supporter member traveling with them.
No other team has a support member. But anyway, Madoka's going as a support member on the team. And with that, Team Japan is complete, and this team will be named Gan Gan Galaxy. So here's how the Beyblade World Championships work. There's an A block and a B block. The winner of the A block and the winner of the B block will face each other in the finals. Their first match will be in China against Team Wang Yuzhong. And with that, it's time to set off into the world for the Beyblade World Championships. Alright, so now we're in China. There's still some time before the tournament, so they try to gather information on Team Wang Yuzhong. They find Mei Mei, and they try to gather information on her team. And by trying to find out information on her team, I meant they kind of directly ask her what her team does and how they train. They're not really being secretive about trying to find intel on them at all. But Mei Mei agrees to let them see how they train, because she thinks it'll destroy their confidence. I mean, that's just aura right there, like, that's just aura. Oh, nah, bro, there's no way they're training in the mountains, what is this? Why did they have to run over every walking scene?
Awesome!
There's a practice area in a place like that?
There's
So
no
every
way
time
y'all
you
go
practice,
up all
you
this
come
way
all
for
the way into the
Beyblade.
mountain?
No! Is that guy?
You're going! If you lose your sense of balance, you won't be able to launch properly.
I'm sorry. That's harsh.
I guess Beyblade really is that serious.
It's our practice area. It's called Balin Temple.
What?
It's a temple, you say?
Balin Temple has been around for over 4,000 years now.
4,000 years? That's older than the world itself. We're only 2,000 years old right now. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Oh, that's Aura. That's Aura right
That
there.
was awesome!
This is the Cheyenne Wang. He's the leader of Team Wang Yuzhong and the Beyblade Temple. Now, obviously, the Cheyenne's gonna talk smack about how they're gonna win, and Gan Galaxy's gonna lose because they're better. So to prove a point, the Cheyenne challenges Jinga and Masamune to go through their training regimen, and they kinda suck at it.
If you cannot launch accurately from any position, you will never know the feeling of victory.
What the fuck? What are these?
Being able to launch accurately while dodging the wooden dummy's attacks makes one a true blader.
Are dummies supposed to attack? Beyblade Temple has a pretty tough training regimen, but Jinga and Masamune are managing. The Cheyenne challenges Jinga to a practice match. But to cut to the chase, Masamune figures out that the Cheyenne's trying to bait Jinga into revealing the destructive power of Pegasus, so he intervenes and makes sure that nothing gets revealed. The following day, Masamune runs into the third member of Team Wang Yuzhong. This is Chao Shin. He's the third member of Team Wang Yuzhong, and he's your stereotypical cool guy. He keeps trying to brush off a battle with Masamune, but the Cheyenne shows up and eggs Chao Shin to battle him. And they decide to battle on top of the Great Wall. Are you just allowed to go battle on the wall? Somehow the battle went from this to running along the wall to battle. Meanwhile, on the other side of the wall, you and Tsubasa can see this battle perfectly from where they are. And they're able to provide great commentary. Like, look where they're at. How are they able to see anything? Alright, listen in on this commentary real quick.
What just happened?
Virgo's circular fusion wheel has the ability to fend off attacks.
How are you able to see that?
I don't think that's the only reason it can dodge Striker's attacks.
I get it! The circular motion!
Yes. Virgo itself is moving in a circle and pushing aside Striker's power. That movement is called Tai Chi. Striker, move faster.
You're saying the
Hit
Beyblade is
Virgo with
actually
everything
using
you've
Tai
got.
Chi.
Yeah, go.
How long are they gonna run along the
If you won't
wall?
attack, then I'll just keep
Like,
firing attacks non-stop. You can't
they have to
reach
stop
out
at some
battle
point,
when your
right?
spirit isn't up.
Getting serious about Beyblade? No way.
Stop goofing
Whoa,
off.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Striker.
whoa. Beyblade is very serious,
Let's
bro. What are you talking about?
Masamune! Come on, let me back at
You're gonna have that
Striker,
happen and say
no
that
way.
Beyblade
Virgo.
isn't serious? Come.
Striker!
Ooh, that's tough.
No.
Better luck next time, Masamune. Chao Shin got a small reality check in that battle, though, and he says that he's gonna start taking it seriously at the actual battle. After losing to Chao Shin, he decides to go off and train on his own wherever this is. I'm sure demolishing boulders will really help in the Beyblade World Championships. While he's training, he meets this old man who also happens to be in that place at that time for whatever reason. He challenges Masamune to go from breaking stones to breaking a leaf.
Even if you have the power to break a stone, a leaf will simply laugh at your silly waste of effort.
Huh?
To shred a leaf, you do not need great strength or power. You must focus the power into a single point. Ha!
Whoa!
Trust me, this training has everything to do with Beyblade. You'll see. I promise, this has everything to do with Beyblade. See? It's all about Beyblade at the end of the day. Cut to the next day, and it's time for the Beyblade World Championships to start. The first match is Masamune versus Chao Shin.
Aww, Choshin, you're so cool. Feels like we're at some teeny bopper boy band concert.
The difference is that this guy is actually talented.
Yo, what was that about? Alright, so you remember the training that we just talked about? Well, here you go. It was all for this moment. Oh, where did that leaf come from?
I get it. I think I know what to do now.
Remember your training.
Okay, now!
that's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Masamune break through Virgo's defenses and win his match.
I won, Gramps. For you.
Does Burl even care? Alright, the next match is Tsubasa versus Chi-Yun.
Galaxies, Tsubasa!
Damn! Everyone's so rude. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Tsubasa's kinda getting his shit kicked in. And Chi-Yun keeps egging on Tsubasa, saying that he wants to fight the Tsubasa that was fighting Kiyoya. And that makes Tsubasa really upset. Now for the next couple of minutes, I want you guys to hear the stuff that Tsubasa says. His dialogue in this next part is elite.
I want to win! I will win!
Okay, he's being taken over by the demons again.
Win! Must win!
This is exciting. Finally, this is the Tsubasa that I was hoping to battle with. Now it really means something when
You
I
wanted to
take the
fight against that Tsubasa?
Here's your punishment for all that arrogant taunting.
Dude! Yo! Yo! Tsubasa, can we relax? Okay, he's
Disappear into oblivion!
Bro. Oh my god! So, that happened. That was intense. I wonder how Tsubasa's taking his loss. Oh my god. This is a perfectly normal reaction to losing, I think. Now it's the final battle between Jinga and the Cheyenne. Now the theme of this battle is these two having a main character off. The Cheyenne's all like, I have the legacy of the Balin's Temple 4,000-year-old culture behind me, I cannot lose! While Jinga's like, I have all of my friends from Japan counting on me to win this match! And look, I'm not gonna waste my time, I'm not gonna waste your time. We all know who's gonna win this battle, so let's just move on. If you're actually wondering how the battle progresses, then please watch the show for yourself. I encourage it. Team Wing Huzhong now respects Team Gan Galaxy and wishes them the best. There's some time before their next match, so they decided to watch the Middle East team, Team Desert Blaze, face off against Excalibur, which is the European team. But here comes one of the most disrespectful moves I have ever seen. From Team Excalibur, only one person showed up. So this guy is Julian Concern. And he's saying that even if one of them defeats him today, then the Desert Blaze team will move on to the next round.
According to legend, excuse me, the Hero Destroyer went on a journey to defeat a fearsome monster. Medusa, the monster with snakes for hair that turned anyone it looked at into stone.
No way
After a heated
Medusa's
battle, the
back
Victor
in the
Destroyer
story,
used
man.
Medusa's eyes as a weapon to defeat his enemies by turning them into stone.
Nah, come on. Nah, there's no way. No, there's no way that just happened. Nah, what? Nah.
Yes, sir!
Nah. Explain the logic behind that. No. Explain. Someone explain the logic behind that. Nah. Now, Conqueror's a cocky prick, and eggs on the last two members to 1v2 him. Now, the remaining members have a combo move that they can only do if they fight together. So clearly, they kind of have this.
Huh? I don't believe it!
It just started. They just launched.
This just can't be.
What happened?
That
No. Oh,
Impossible!
here we
I can't
go.
believe there's a bay other than El Drago that can spin counterclockwise!
Oh my god, no. Shot,
Did he switch
man.
bases?
Alright, so if you didn't catch that, Konzern's Beyblade Gravity Destroyer can rotate both counterclockwise and clockwise, making it a very, very hard to beat Bey. But don't worry, they still got that combo move that they keep on hyping.
That didn't happen!
Yo!
Our crew.
This might just be one of the most disrespectful feats of all time. This man just 1v3'd on their own home turf. Alright, so now we're in Russia, and the next match is against Team Lavushka. On their train ride, they meet these Russian bladers, and they become friends with them for a little bit. But they don't know that they're actually the Russian team, and they're seeking to steal their information. We talk about SSNs, bank accounts, but worst of all, their information's on their Beyblades. Why is there a burger on the screen? Part of the data. Now, these guys low-key don't even want to do these shady tactics, but in order for them to go to space and get the funds they need, they kind of need to follow this shady-ass guy in order to get what they want. Meanwhile, he's trying to set a burger trap for Jinga, but he ends up luring Masamune away instead. That's what the data was for? So yeah, the ops got Masamune. Then those Russian bladers that they met on the train reveal that they are Team Lavushka, who they are going to face off. Masamune wandered off to... I don't even know where this is, and he stumbles upon a military base? Like, I don't know. The Russian team is now explaining that they need to win the Beyblade World Championship so that they can notice by sponsors so that they can get the funding they need to not get the space program scrapped. Alright, so now it's time for the match. Masamune is nowhere to be found, so Yu's gonna have to take over, but for now, it's Jinga versus Noaguma. But this isn't gonna be your ordinary battle. No. You see, here in Russia, we do things differently, apparently. Okay. Wow, that is a very good cage. So the conditions for this battle is that there are no stadium mounts because there's this big cage. Meanwhile, Masamune is getting help from those guys at that base and is getting a jet ride all the way back to Russia. And back at the match, Jinga can't use a special move because of the cage. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this cage is insanely corny, cheesy, and cringe. But sadly, it's working. But fortunately, Jinga's our main character, so we can't have him just take this lame-ass L. Pegasus breaks through the cage, unleashes his special move, and wipes out Noaguma's Rock Orso. As that battle wraps up, Masamune reaches the skydive zone.
Sir, where exactly is the stadium?
There's a train station nearby, so you can go the rest of the way on your own.
Huh? Are you telling me you're not going to take me all the way there?
Sorry, but we're not allowed to cross the national border. Well, see ya!
No way!
The track has been blocked by an avalanche.
Snow's a mischievous monkey.
No way! I've come too far to be stopped by a stupid avalanche now! Let it rip!
You know,
Yeah!
why
Okay,
doesn't
dudes, let's move this buggy.
why doesn't everyone just have a Beyblade?
I'm
So
coming,
convenient for
everyone.
everything.
Count on it.
Alright, so the next match is between Yu and Alexei. Some weird stuff happens in this match too. Yu can't use his special moves, Alexei's Burn Wolf just starts floating in midair. It's looking pretty rough. So basically, the arena emits wave interference, which puts Yu at a massive disadvantage while giving Alexei an advantage. Masamune finds out about the whole plot and tries to shut it down, but Anton's not trying to let that happen without a fight. Yu gets an idea and starts smashing up the arena. At the same time, Masamune cooks up Anton and defeats him, causing the stadium to be destroyed, and Alexei losing the match. So with that, Team Gang Galaxy 2-0's Team Lavushka, and Lavushka gets a sponsor anyway, so all's well that ends well. Alright, so now we're in Greece. Madoka's trying to take in the sights, but the gang don't really care about that if it ain't gotta do anything with Beyblade, so...
I really don't get it. Can't you feel the romance here at all?
Beyblade is the only romance that we know about.
Huh?
That's right. Let's battle.
Oh yeah! Oh, come on, guys! Is Beyblade all you think about? Seriously!
What else is there to think about?
Anyway, they're in Greece in order to scout out the European Union team, Team Excalibur. They try to enter the Festival of Warriors in order to see what the European Union Blades are about, but it turns out that if you're not a member of the European Union, you are not allowed. So they respect that rule and they decide to go home. Just kidding, they disregard the rules and sneak in and spy on them. Alas, their stealth was not maxed out, and they got caught. So now they got a battle against Team Excalibur, which consists of Konzern, Sophie, and Wales. Jinga, Masamune, and you take them on in a 3v3 tag team battle. And I'm not gonna lie, they were getting cooked this battle. Cause one, Sophie's Beyblade is apparently a waterbender.
It's a big spiral of air that looks like a lot of water.
What?
White Cetus's spin track is different from blue Cetus's. The T-125 spin track uses intense centrifugal force and downforce to create that huge whirling current.
Like, alright, man, you don't gotta try to justify and add logic to this. Just say that the Beyblade can just use water magic. Like, look at this image, dude. It looks like someone spilled water in the arena. You don't gotta try and say it's the air current that makes it look like water or whatever the hell. 2. Wales and Sophie has amazing teamwork that puts them in the Hall of Fame of anime duos. Like, they call themselves Konzern's twin jewels. Like, alright, man.
Joint special move! Cetus Grand Decalion!
The famous wave that once buried the countries around the Aegean Sea, Decalion.
Sadly, there's no escape.
Hey, I won't lie, they were actually holding their own against Sophie and Wales for a little bit. But 3, Konzern just kind of the final boss. After they got cooked by the European team, they go back into the lab and try to improve their own skills and teamwork, and Team Wang Yuzhong also helps them out. Meanwhile, Team Wild Fang is on an undefeated run right now. Now guess who's in Team Wild Fang? That's right, it's Kiyoya. In the African country known as Savannah. Okay, that's not a real country. Beyblade Metal Riders just completely made a fictional country just for the show. But this fictional country is hosting open qualifiers for anyone from any country to enter. Kiyoya, who turned down a spot to be in Japan's representative team, entered this fictional African country's open qualifiers in order to eventually battle against Team Japan so that he can battle Jinga. The qualifier is pretty simple. 3 Battle Royale lobbies, whoever wins each gets a spot in the team. Naturally, Kiyoya gets a spot in the team and then proceeds to go from there. Psych, that would be way too easy of a qualifier. Because Battle Royales can be won based off of pure luck, there must be another challenge to see if these guys are really worthy to be part of the team. What is the next challenge? A 24-hour reverse tag manhunt battle against all the other participants, with the entire city as the battlefield, and whoever gets these bracelets by the end of the 24-hour period gets to be on the team. Kiyoya and the other Battle Royale winner Niles team up in order to survive the 24 hours. The third Battle Royale winner, whose name I honestly forgot, and someone that you really don't need to care about for reasons you'll see later, offers to shelter them inside this underground bunker. But, to no one's surprise, to anyone that was watching this show, it was all a trap. See, this D-rank filler character that no one's gonna care about after this episode was trying to set his homeboys up with spots in his team. Kiyoya and Niall loses sight of them, but with the help of this guy Demore, they were able to easily find where they were.
I was born and raised in the grasslands, so my eyesight is much sharper than normal.
What? To give context, Demore spots these guys all the way from the city to the top of the mountains. Demure helped them get their get back.
Do you think we went a little overboard?
I can only assume these guys got hit by a nuke. With his eyesight being a borderline superpower, he proves his worth and he is part of the team. Fast forward to the present day, and somehow Ben-K is the newest member of Team Wildfang. I have no idea how this was allowed, but we'll let it slide. They sweep India's team and are now set to fight Team Japan in their next match. Fast forwarding a little bit, and we are back in Japan, and it is time for the match. The first match is Masamune versus Nile. Now, if you want to know how this match went down, it basically went something like this.
You have been ignoring your king! What is a king to a god? And what is a god to a non-believer? Do you believe now?
Striker's special move was broken!
Does that make Niles the number
Who's
one
number
leader?
one?
Alright, it's time for the main event. Jinga versus Kiyoya. Now this whole time, Kiyoya's been cooking up in the lab. And by cooking up in the lab, I mean he has been launching his Beyblade into desert tornadoes.
I came to master the tornado!
What?
So this is a real tornado!
So, being thrashed around by a bunch of tornadoes made Kiyoya stronger. Now Jinga isn't destined to lose, so he goes banned or banned. And the result ended up like this.
Unbelievable! Both bladers have collapsed! And look! Pegasus and Leon are still spinning!
Showdown starts now!
You guys need to scream. How are you guys worn out physically? No! These boys weren't even the ones in the arena doing the battling, and they still ended up like this. That battle ends in a tie, which leads us to our next match, Tsubasa versus Demure. But, strategically, Team Wildfang requests a team battle, with Demure and Ben-K. Now, Tsubasa and Yu agree to the team battle because they believe they have an advantage since they know what Ben-K is capable of. Little do they know that Demure basically has a Sharingan and is able to analyze everything that their bays are able to do and what they're going to do. And simply because he has such amazing eyesight, he becomes one of the best IGLs the game has ever seen. And they start jumping Tsubasa Seagull. And when I say jumping, I mean jumping. The jumping was so bad, it made Tsubasa go into his rage mode. But sadly, even with Tsubasa summoning the demons to come help him, he's not actually winning. In fact, he's still losing kinda bad. And seeing that he's about to lose, he starts massively tweaking again.
Ah, I will win! I will! I will! No matter what it costs me, I will win! Win! I will win! Do not cross me!
Tsubasa?
I warn you!
What the fuck is that? That doesn't look like an eagle.
Right now,
Oh.
I won't lose. Everyone and everything before me should just disappear! Disappear now!
Now this whole situation is really bad. Tsubasa is starting to tweak out like Ryuga did. It's starting to trigger Hikaru's PTSD. Yes, she was that traumatized after that battle. And he's starting to do friendly fire against you. And worst of all, he attacked his own pet eagle! Yo! Tsubasa cooks up a fucking bomb, blows up the stadium, destroys the opponent, and then sets the record 1-1, and then he falls unconscious. Now, not just unconscious, but he got sent to the fucking hospital. He's hospitalized now. With the record tied up now, it is decided that the last match to decide who gets to move forward will be decided through a team battle. And Team Gan Gan Galaxy puts Jinga and Masamune as the two to fight in it, while Kiyoya and Nile will face off for Team Wildfang. But Kiyoya and Jinga are still really, really injured somehow. How did your arms get messed up? How did you get physically messed up at all? And they got no time to recover before the match. Fast forward to the team battle starting, and Nio tries to take on Jinga and, use actual teamwork to get things done, but Jinga and Kiyoya are just interested in running the ones with each other, so it just kind of leaves Masamune and Nile to just do another rematch again. But there are two issues with this. One, Jinga and Kiyoya are still too injured to battle. And do you need physical strength to use special moves? Is that how it works? And Masamune is just gonna lose to Nile again. But Masamune decides it's better to just secure the W instead of just doing these prideful 1v1s rematches. Now, Kiyoya and Nile try to fight back with their teamwork, but Jinga's and Masamune's teamwork is just way better than theirs. And Team Gan Gan Galaxy comes out on top, winning the match and moving on to the A block final. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking that I rushed through this battle, and yeah, I did. But we have so much more battles to cover, and this video is going to be too long if I go too in-depth, so we just gotta keep it moving. If you really want to see how that battle went, please just go watch the show yourself. The team visits Tsubasa in the hospital, and he's not really getting better.
Oh no. You're just impossible.
He has voices in his head now.
It's hot. Oh, my chest feels like burning. Surrender yourself to me. If you do, you'll feel so much better.
He's going Greek complex.
Stop! Stop it!
Yo, shit! Relax! Yo!
There's something I need to talk to all of you about right away.
Please don't say that it's El Drago or something. Please don't say that El Drago's possessed Tsubasa.
That's right. The dark power is living in him.
Oh my god! Are you saying that dark power is contagious? Is it like a game of hot potato? You just pass on the dark power to possess?
At that very moment, Tsubasa was infected with El Drago's dark power.
It's actually just...
Tsubasa!
It's actually a disease. Because Tsubasa is now a threat to everyone around him, Jinga's dad tries to kick Tsubasa off of the team, but they really weren't on board with that idea, so they come up with another solution. Find Ryuga, and examine El Drago, which had this dark power. Back at the Beyblade World Championships, there is a match between Team Wang Huzhong and Team Excalibur, and the victor of this match will decide who gets to go to the A block final against Team Gan Gan Galaxy. Now let's put two and two together. The team that beat our main cast is obviously going to beat the team that lost to our main cast, so we don't really have to go through these battles, but there is one new member that we gotta introduce.
Well, everyone, the excitement just keeps coming. Now that Klaus is about to arrive and turn up the heat, s'il vous plaît.
Bro, what are you doing on top of the Eiffel Tower? Your match is on.
The only problem is, on Team Excalibur's side, the competitor Klaus is nowhere to be seen. No need to panic. Klaus!
When did you get there? Why were you at top of Eiffel Tower? Why are you jumping off the stage? You landed on your feet? Okay, sure. Okay. Team Wang Huzhong is on the verge of elimination. Surely Chiyun's gonna tie it up so that we can have the Cheyenne go face off against Konzern in a very big final battle to decide it. What's that? Oh. There's a flashback showing Chiyun's past for like half the episode. Alright, let's just fast forward to the end. Yep, that's what I thought. Tsubasa was watching the match, and seeing Chiyun lose just started making him freak out, and then he just disappeared. Meanwhile, the WBBA sent in Hiyoma to get in contact with you-know-who, Ryuga. So we got some time before the A-Block final, so we learned more about Konzern. The Konzern family is a very rich family that strives to the top in every field, and the next field to reach the top 4 is Beyblade. He'll use the victory to earn more money for his family business so it can be at the top of the world, and according to Konzern, winning is the only thing that matters, and that he is destined to win. So Team Gangan Galaxy can't find Tsubasa in Japan, so they have to go to Italy without Tsubasa. But little do they know that Tsubasa is already in Italy.
How did Tsubasa get to Europe? Did Tsubasa sneak a flight to Italy? How did he make that happen?
But yeah, Tsubasa tracks down Konzern and challenges him. Now, the Dark Power got this man possessed like he is Xenoverse antagonist now. And he's egging on Konzern to use his reverse rotation mode on him so he can fight the strongest version of him. Now, Konzern's teammate shows up and tries to help out, but Tsubasa's Dark Power just keeps on getting stronger and stronger. But despite that, Excalibur were still going out strong, and they were about to finish Tsubasa off, and then Ryuga just shows up out of nowhere with one of the coldest entrances in history. He shows up with a meteor shower! What the fuck? What the fuck? And then after that, he summons his Bey through a meteor. Now, in typical Ryuga fashion, he shows up on the scene and tears everything up. See, Ryuga has been training really hard by launching his Beyblade into an active volcano, which freed him from the control of the Dark Power and allowed him to gain the power of the cosmos, from which El Drago was originally created from.
Why are you in space, bro? What is this?
Yep, that is exactly what it is. Not making that up. Ryuga tells Tsubasa that he must not resist the Dark Power, but to become one with it in order to overcome the Dark Power. And then he goes on to try to toy with Team Excalibur, but Konzern shut that down. So Ryuga leaves, but not before telling Konzern that there can only be one reverse rotating Bey, and it is Medio El Drago. The next day, Team Gangan Galaxy makes it to Rome, and it's time for the A-Block final. Ryuga delivers Tsubasa to them and challenges Jinga to a match.
Let's battle, Jinga! Are you tough enough to fight my Medio El Drago?
Here? Bro! We gotta go!
Jinga has no choice but to accept Ryuga's challenge, but the A-Block final has already started. With Jinga's attendance not guaranteed, they need an early win to better their chances, so Masamune takes the initiative to challenge Klaus for the first match. Now this match was extremely close. They were really boxing in that stage, I won't lie. And Masamune pushed Klaus to his limits, and it really looked like he was about to win. But the plot kicked in and gave Klaus plot armor and just bullshitted his way to a reversal victory.
Remember this, Masamune Kadoya? True effort, real training, is found at the very edge of one's limit! Ah!
Did he flex rip his shirt in a Bey battle?
You see, the difference between Masamune and Klaus is that Klaus lifts.
Did the Bey just get faster in rotation because he worked hard?
So basically, the plot just gifted Klaus a win over Masamune, and the first match goes to Team Excalibur. The second match is a team battle between Sophie and Wales and a recovered Tsubasa and Yu. Now, Yu and Tsubasa are getting cooked. Tsubasa is starting to get into his own head again when losing his insight, so much so to the point that we got hit with a flashback of his past. Now, I'm not going to go over his past because we got a lot more of the show to cover, so I'm just going to skip it because it's really not that important, but he starts wilding again outside at the arena. But Sophie and Wells were still cooking Tsubasa, but then he came to his senses and started to accept the darkness in him, which brought out his light in him or whatever. And then he just uses a new special move that one-shots both Sophie and Wells. The plot armor was given to Tsubasa for this match. But now it's time for the third match between Konzern and Jinga's still out here battling Ryuga. But Ryuga backs down after a little bit of battling and tells Jinga to go take down Konzern because the world only has room for one reverse rotating bay. Which brings us to the final match of the A block final, Jinga versus Konzern.
It is not victory or defeat, no sir. Huh? For me, Julian Konzern, winning is the same as breathing. I don't lose. I only win, understand? All I do is win, no matter what.
Now, coming off of the battle with Ryuga, Jinga is now very accustomed into battling a reverse rotating bay. But Konzern's got some other bullshit under his arsenal. I feel like we've been through this before.
It's using gravity! Huh? What gravity? Konzern's destroyer is somehow controlling gravity and trying to use it to crush Pegasus!
And you're telling me that Beyblade can control gravity?
Gravity Destroyer is a rare bay that controls gravity!
They always surprise me with what kind of things they can make Beyblades do. Now things are looking shaky, but Ryuga was trying to give Jinga some tips the whole time while they were battling. And after realizing that, Jinga starts making his counterattack. Yeah, fuck gravity. But right as things look like it's won, Konzern does another bullshit ass pull and starts phase 2 of the boss fight.
Black Excalibur!
Whoa! You really are strong, Julian Konzern.
Why does that have a physical shadow? Alright, that's enough. Fuck all that. We're galaxy level on the power scale. Beam Clash, go! Guess who won? That's right, our MC, Jinga. Team Gan Gan Galaxy is the winner of the Beyblade World Championships A Block Final. Which brings us to our next stop, Brazil. Also, Kenta's here now too. The Brazilian representative team is the Garcias. Damn, bro, why'd you do that? The B Block final consisted of the Garcias and the United States team. All of the Garcias are related by blood, and the United States team is, well, we'll get through what their deal is later. But something sus happens at the B Block final. Neither team really even battled. Let me explain. Because both participants in each block's finals moves on to the final round anyway, both the Garcias and the US team chose to hide their true strengths and save it for the finals. Which is very unsportsmanlike, by the way. That's really stupid, and also might be the worst format of any tournament I've seen. Because there's no advantage for winning, and on the contrary, there's a disadvantage to actually trying in the block finals, because the other team will just know your strats. And imagine going out to watch a game in a big stadium, just for it to end in like a second. Like, that's just lame. Yu goes into the favelas alone in order to gain information on the Garcias, but little does he know that the Garcias are already scheming. The little guy, Enzo, goes up to Yu, who doesn't know he's part of the Garcias because he wasn't in any recorded footage, and challenges him to a Brazilian street battle, which is basically a race. Meanwhile, the team's still reviewing the B Block final footage when Masamune recognizes someone from the United States team. That's Zio, Masamune's old friend from the United States, who he trained with.
So if he's Masamune's friend, he must be pretty strong, right?
He's weak!
Huh?
He had twice as much drive as most, but no real inner strength. He never developed Blader spirit, so I don't understand how a guy like him would be on the representative team.
Okay, we'll talk more about Zio and the United States team later, but I don't know why Masamune sounded like he was dissing his old friend so hard here. Going back to Yu, he's getting jumped by the Garcias in the favelas.
You're soft too, kid.
Yo! Yo! Dude, what is... How did he get knocked out like that?
Libra got badly damaged during that battle, so he can't participate in the following matches. Alright, it's time for the match.
The first team to arrive is Gang Galaxy. Let's hear it for them!
What is wrong with you guys?
Next up, Team Garcia from Brazil!
Crowd Team's a little biased, I don't know. Team Garcia proposes a 4-on-4 knockout battle, where there is no breaks and no intermissions between each round. It's just, person goes down, the next one joins in. The first two to kick off this knockout battle is you and Enzo. Unfortunately, Libra is still too damaged to actually battle. And then Enzo just starts explaining his whole sad backstory and how he had to Beyblade in order to make it out of the slums?
For us, all we had was Beyblade. In order to live, in order to feed ourselves, we had to win Bey battles.
I don't know how that works, but sure. Does this get you food and money?
Win no matter what. Win to stay alive.
Is Beyblade how you guys get a roof over your heads?
To us, someone like you who has had an easy life, never lacking a place to live or food to eat. Someone like you could never defeat us.
Beyblade's been putting food on your tables and paying the bills?
You says fuck poor people, fuck the lower class, and fuck their cheating asses. But he still do damage to battle, and he ends up losing. Masamune immediately jumps into the arena and gets back for you, and one-shots Enzo's Ray Gasher. Selena's next up for the Garcias, and this is Masamune's biggest L. Just watch.
Huh? Oh, what is that?
Huh? What? Where?
Bro. No. No. You're not real.
Huh? Now it's over there.
What? Where?
You're not real.
How did that happen?
How, he asks us?
Up there!
I'm not gonna look. There's nothing up there.
Really?
Dude.
Who closes their eyes in the middle of a battle?
Did I hit it?
You're not
Where's Ray
serious.
Gasher?
Like I said, up there.
Up where?
Oh my god!
How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
Jinga goes next. But Selene makes a power play. Run away and keep on dodging. The reasoning is simple. Selene's Ray Gasher cannot compete with Pegasus when clashing head-to-head. So the other alternative is to just tire out Pegasus as much as she can before the next battle. Because it's a knockout battle, Jinga's Pegasus will have no time to recover.
It's Selene's unbeatable technique!
Bro, nah, no way the crowd's actually eating this shit up, bro. This is so boring!
What a drag this is.
Way to go, Selene!
Keep running for the head!
No way you guys are actually cheering for this. This is boring!
I've been running my whole life.
They booed Tsubasa for doing the same shit to Ryugan Battle Bladers!
For my brothers, in order to live, I have always just kept on running.
Damn, she stole from the whole city, man. What the hell?
So my dodging skills are second to none. No one can ever
That
catch
translates
me,
into
not even
Beyblade?
you, Jinga.
Okay, fuck it.
Come on, don't run! Fight!
Nah, no way you guys are actually enjoying this game, man.
But right when Jinga was about to serve Selene's first ever defeat, she surrenders.
She's escaped again! Selene remains undefeated!
What? That's not how it works! She basically forfeited, that's a loss!
I told you, didn't I, that I've never been defeated by an opponent.
Bro, like, this shit's so corny, man. The next blader for the Garcias is Ian. Now, Ian's specialty is he elects cyclone battles, which is basically the spinning cyclone disc thing that he can use to boost himself up. This only happens every other moment in a match, and Ian knows the exact timing when cyclone time starts. Now, Jinga doesn't know when cyclone time happens, and his Bay is also weakened by 20% after facing off against Selen, so he's at a massive disadvantage. Now Jinga figures out the timing of cyclone time and gets into the cyclone zone, but gets countered. Now Jinga sees that and says, well, why don't I try to do that? So he does it. And it's looking good. Team Gang Gang Galaxy is 3 up and 1 more to go. But then, unceremoniously, Jinga gets third-partied. Jinga gets knocked out by Argos. Tsubasa is Team Gan Gan Galaxy's last hope to make it to the finals, and when they start, they have this struggle backstory off. Like, oh, Tsubasa, you haven't been through what we've been through. We had to Beyblade to make it out of the slums. We were poor. We couldn't eat unless we Beyblade. What have you been through?
That shit did not happen. Your shit is not Saturday, Mom.
At this moment, Argos is winning, and he starts tweaking and starts insulting Tsubasa like crazy.
You don't even deserve to be here at all! You're an insult to Beyblade!
What did you say?
Hey yo, don't crash out, Tsubasa. That guy's still a fraud. Get him! Tsubasa finishes the fight with a new special move. Team Gang Gang Galaxy wins, and they move on to the Grand Finals. Meanwhile, Ryuga for some reason is in the United States.
We found you, Ryuga.
We would like you to come with us quietly, please. But we'll take you with us by force if we have to.
What? Do they have laser attachments on their launchers?
What? Used his hand.
What? Yeah, Ryuga doesn't need a launcher anymore to kill people, so that's cool. But then this guy shows up. We'll talk more about what's going on here later. Alright, Team Gang Gang Galaxy is now in America. Masamune goes to visit his old friend Toby in the hospital, but he got transferred out, so he hasn't found him. Masamune goes back to his old Bay gym and revisits, and he meets up with his old friends, his old coach, but unfortunately he can't really find his friends there. Zio joined the US team by enlisting in the HD Academy, and hasn't been seen in this gym since. Masamune, Zio, and Toby were locked in on trying to get number 1, but then Toby fell really ill to some unknown illness. Later on, Masamune sees Jinga win Battle Bladers and gets pumped and thinks that if he beats Jinga, he gets to be the number 1 blader in the world. So he travels to Japan, beats Jinga, and then got caught up in the excitement and just participated in the qualifiers as a Japanese representative instead of going back to the United States because reasons. Soon after, Zio reunites with Masamune, and he shows off his really tall Beyblade. They battle for a little bit, and then they decide, wait, why are we doing this now? We should wait until we're actually at the stage. Now things are looking good. Masamune now knows where Toby is, and he got reunited with Zio. Everything's good now that he's seen old friends, and everything's gonna be alright.
Masamune, I will never ever forgive you. That's right, never.
Okay. Masamune and Toby reunites, and we got a flashback showing Masamune's, Toby's, and Zio's past and how they became friends and all that, but I don't got time to cover all that, so just go watch the show. We got some time before the competition starts, so let's go somewhere new.
Welcome to Hades City, location of HD Academy.
Yeah, that kind of stands out. Are they having a lecture on Beyblade?
This is Dr. Ziggurat, owner of HD Academy and manager of Team Starbreaker, the US representative team. Remember when we were talking about Ryuga? Well, this is where he's been.
Not this again.
He doesn't even need a launcher. He just tossed it in there with his hand.
The person that brought Ryuga here is Jack. Dr. Ziggurat tells Zio to battle Ryuga. Now Zio is mad at Ryuga for having a strong battle with Jinga at Battle Bladers, which inspired Masamune to leave, so he tries to beat Ryuga. Now despite Zio having this special moves to show off, he's still not up to Ryuga's level. Now the reason Zio lost is because he didn't take his arrangement before the battle. Now what's an arrangement? Now I'm not joking when I say this. An arrangement is basically the Captain America Super Soldier Serum transformation, but for Beyblade.
By releasing the yet unknown power hidden inside Bays, I will be able to take control of society, the military, the economy, the government. All the power in the world will be mine.
Now it may sound crazy, but what he's speaking is true. But what's also crazy is that Ziggurat used the Dark Nebula in order to get El Drago out in the first place. They were hoping that they could acquire the Dark Power through the Dark Nebula, but Ryuga failed, so they had to take a more scientific approach, which is where the arrangement has come in. Now Ziggurat wants to study reverse rotating bays, but the only reverse rotating bays are Ryuga's El Drago and Konzern's Gravity Destroyer, and they can face off against Gravity Destroyer during the next match of the Beyblade World Championships. But since Ryuga isn't participating in it, they invited Ryuga to their headquarters in order to study El Drago. Ryuga, however, was not willing to indulge them in their research, so he leaves. Soon after, Zio gets an arrangement, and this is how it went down.
What is this? Yo, Beyblade is too serious.
Arrangement index at 78, 79.
Oh god,
Heart
please,
rate and blood
stop.
pressure rising. Continuing longer could be dangerous.
Beyblade should not be this serious.
I guess that's
Stop.
all we can handle.
Dr. Ziggurat sends Zio to go after Ryuga and bring him back. Back to our main cast, the repairs to Libra and Eagle are near finished, and you and Tsubasa take it out to a track in order to race them down and test their conditions. But then Masamune and Jinga notice that Ryuga is in the area and is getting tracked down by Zio and some HD henchmen. Now Masamune is all "leave my friend alone" type of timing, but Zio reveals he actually don't like Masamune like that no more, and he starts battling him. Ryuga sets off to leave while Masamune and Zio are battling, and these henchmen are trying to stop him. But like...
Such children!
Ah, that's cold. Oh, that's hot. Okay. Bro, did he even pull out the bay?
Ryuga leaves, and Jinga goes in to help Masamune, but Zio cooks both of them up at the same time. And I'm not gonna lie, his special move is kinda tough. Even though it starts making him talk like an RPG final boss, the special move's still kinda tough.
No one can escape Vixus's needle of fate! Now dance! Dance, I say!
Striker's totally out of my control!
Now the reason Zio joined the dark side is because Tobi's condition was getting worse, and this was all happening while Masamune was qualifying to be in the Japanese representative team. Ziggurat approaches him, offering power, a spot on Team Starbreaker, and Tobi the best medical treatment in the country, as long as he cooperates with his research. Now while Zio is battling Masamune and Jinga, Yu and Tsubasa are racing their bays down the track when Baymean from Team Starbreaker, fresh off an arrangement, approaches them.
Help me out with my test too, won't ya? It's just been completed. This is Hades Kerbex.
I don't know if I want to battle that big. Okay, yo, dude. Yo!
Zio runs off. Yu and Tsubasa gets boomed right before the tournament. Things are looking bad. Both Yu and Tsubasa are hospitalized, yes, hospitalized, and can't participate in the upcoming match. But first, there's still a match between Team Starbreaker and Team Excalibur. But Zio isn't present in the match, leaving only Jack and Damien in attendance.
Now, it's time for some exciting art. What kind of scene shall I paint on this canvas known as the stadium?
I'm not gonna lie, Jack's kind of a freak. The first match is between Jack and Klaus. Now Jack's Bay, Evil Befalls, has a special move that is basically if Zenbone Sakura sliced like Sukuna. And yes, that is an insane comparison for a show about spinning tops, but that's what the spinning top does. Now Klaus put up some fight, but he got turned into a work of art and lost the match. The next match is between Damien and Konzern. Damien proposes a best out of 3 match so that he can face off against both his left rotating version and his right rotating version. Now Konzern's been cooking up in the lab ever since he lost and gained the power of Sasuke Uchiha Susanoo. No, seriously, this is straight up just Sasuke Susanoo, with the bow and arrow and everything. But unfortunately for Konzern, Damien's Hades Kerbeck is unfazed by any of Konzern's special moves, and then starts to literally cook Gravity Destroyer. The first round goes to Damien. In the second round, Konzern will use his left rotation. But the power of Gravity Destroyer's left rotation was still not enough to stop Hades Kerbeck's. It did so little impact that I didn't even bother covering the battle. That's how little Gravity Destroyer did in the second round. And Damien would only toy with Konzern, not only hitting Gravity Destroyer, but Konzern's own pride as well. It got so bad, Sophie and Wales jumped in and officially forfeited the match so they could jump him. But unfortunately, just look at this next footage.
Oh! Excuse me? What the actual fuck? How are we gonna explain that? Is there a logical explanation for that?
I'm not gonna lie, if I ever lose a match and I end up like this, I'm packing it up forever. There is no coming back. This man Damien made Konzern call himself weak in front of millions of people live on the big stage. He didn't take away Konzern's aura, he made Konzern throw away his aura. That's the most villain shit I have ever seen. You see, in other animes, even when the villains beat down whoever they're fighting badly, they don't go out of their way to embarrass them and put down their image. Even one of the most evil characters in all of fiction was out here giving props. But Damien is different. He went out of his way to meme the fuck out of Konzern when he was down. That's some Kendrick Lamar activities right there. But moving on, we waste half an episode on trying to find a replacement for Yu and Tsubasa, but no one that has participated in any Beyblade World Championship qualifier or match is eligible to be subs, so Kenta and the Chinese team that came to visit cannot sub in. And then we spend the other half with Japanese DJ Blader versus American DJ Blader, and this is not important to the plot at all, but it's actually a pretty funny match and I thought I should mention it, and you should totally go watch the show and watch this battle for yourself, it's honestly peak. But now it's time for the grand final, and Gan Galaxy has to 2v3. The first match is between the two former friends, Zio and Masamune. Now Ziggurat threatened to take away Toby's medical treatment if Zio loses, so there's a lot on the line. And honestly, I wasn't expecting Beyblade to be a series that would show a kid's life being threatened, but Beyblade is just that serious, what can I say? During the match, Masamune tries to talk to Zio, but it's too late for words. Zio uses his special move, but Masamune figures out the counter. But then Zio does this.
What's wrong?
Oh, interesting. Now the arrangement index seems to be rising rapidly.
He's taking performance-enhancing drugs!
Zio straight up says if he loses, Toby is going to die. And hearing this, Masamune hesitates and loses the match. Things are looking bad. Being down in numbers and already starting with a loss is very devastating for Gan Galaxy.
You'll soon be able to see a Toby who is fully recovered.
Thank goodness.
Yes, he'll be so much better that he'll seem like a completely different person. But before that...
The next battle is between Jinga and Jack, but just as Jinga readies up, a meteor falls from the sky. And who else could it be? None other than Ryuga. Man, I feel really bad. She really did get PTSD off of Beyblade. Ryuga wants to battle Jack after Jack was talking about how once his Beyblade is done, he'll turn El Drago into a work of art. And since Ryuga has not participated in anything related to the Beyblade World Championships, he can fill in for Gan Galaxy as a sub to battle Jack.
Ryuga, why are you...
Don't get all misty on me. Huh? I just came to settle the score with a ghost from my past.
A ghost from your past?
Bro, that was like a week ago.
Gan Galaxy accepts, Jack accepts, Ryuga is in. Jack pulls out the Sukuna Senbon Zakura Peacock special move, but Ryuga tanks it head on. El Drago comes out undamaged, but Jack attacks back with a move that carves the stadium itself, and makes this.
A peacock has appeared at the bottom of the stadium!
That's a good drawing, honestly.
Now!
El Drago gets put in the eye socket of the drawing, and Jack tries to drill it in there with a special move, and honestly, this would have been one of the coldest moments in anime history, but Ryuga's a certified dog. Launches straight heat up in the sky, and slams Evil Befalls. And look at the visuals, El Drago wraps up Befalls and blasts it point blank. That's cold! And to end the battle, Befalls gets finished off by its own finishing move. That's tough. Ryuga took Jack into the coffin Jack was trying to bury him in and buried him instead. That's crazy. And then the stadium crumbles and Jack's all upset. And then Ryuga tries to straight up kill Ziggurat here. But things are looking good. Ryuga set the score 1-1, and all Jinga gotta do is win his match against Damien, and Gan Galaxy will become the Beyblade World Champions, #1 in the world. Now, before we go into the final match, everyone gets briefed on what HD Academy is. To sum it up, Dr. Ziggurat is an energy engineer and a neurologist. He founded Hades Inc. to show off his research through Beyblade, which is where HD Academy is formed. He took Jack and Zio from the bottom all the way to the top with the arrangement system. The arrangement system brings out a blader's hidden potential on some Elder Kai type shit, but instead of a harmless dance ritual, it is a painful science experiment, and I mean people's lives are over when they can't handle the sudden burst of improvement the arrangement does. And remember that Hades tried to use the Dark Nebula to take control of the Dark Power, and that didn't fall through. So it's safe to say he's not on the morally just side of science. That may just be me though, I don't know. And Jinga needs to stop Ziggurat from doing whatever he's going to do, by beating Damien.
3, 2, 1, let it rip!
Why did it cut to Tsubasa and you in the hospital, bro?
Jinga and Damien starts clashing, and it's going exactly how you expect. Some light explosive attacks back and forth. But then Damien tries to literally cook Galaxy Pegasus.
A bay is not something that can be given to someone! The blader chooses the bay! The bay chooses the blader! A bay and a blader must choose each other! It's a two-way deal, get it?
It is?
That day,
That's how it works?
sure that
I'm gonna go to the nearest store and look where they sell Beyblades and just wait until one of them calls out to me. That's how I know that's the one. Anyway, Jinga counters Damien's special move with his own special move, but then Damien counters Jinga's special move with a domain expansion. Okay, just watch.
Are we still gonna get a logical explanation of what Hades Gates is? I'm sorry, did Jinga get sucked into hell?
Like, this is crazy. Bro's getting chained up like he's in Itachi Tsukuyomi. So, unlike Jack and Zio, Damien was raised to be a prodigy, and his only purpose in life was to win. Because HD Academy is also the damn white room from Classroom of the Elite. But Jinga uses his main character energy to turn the situation around, and now it looks like something straight out of a fantasy anime.
I mean, I was not expecting these type of visuals to be in this type of show, but You know what? This is tight. I like it. Yeah. And after your casual, typical Beyblade beam clash, Jinga comes out as the victor. He did it. He blew up the gates of Hades. And also the stadium. Is that guy okay? It's over. Team Gangan Galaxy are the Beyblade World Champions. #1 in the world.
I guess, even though I lost my big battle...
#1 is #1, pal! We all earned this #1 spot together!
Masamune got carried this whole run.
Okay.
All is looking well, and Toby is going to be okay.
Where am I?
No!
What about the final battle?
No! Jinga and everyone was celebrating and partying, but it was cut real short when Ziggurat arrived. He brought Team Starbreaker, the Garcias, and Julian Concert too. They crashed the party, take over the broadcast, and announce the results of Ziggurat's research to the whole world. Winning the Beyblade World Championships didn't matter, as long as they still got data for their research, and the arrangements were only a tool for the real research. The world is suffering a serious energy crisis. Natural fuel will run out, nuclear energy has dangerous risks, and solar energy isn't very efficient. So what's the solution to this, you may ask?
As a scientist involved in energy engineering, I have continuously been researching how to develop an alternative energy source, but my hard work has now paid off, because I have now discovered that potential in Beyblade.
Space can be an energy source?
Beyblades can produce limitless energy through a new type of energy called Spiral Force, formed from the spiral core inside the big tower in Hades City. HD Academy was formed to collect data on all types of bays to form the ultimate bay and blader that can power such an energy supply. From all the data gathered, Twisted Tempo was created, and the blader that can use it is none other than Sephiroth. Faust.
Could it be?
Bro, the resemblance is the resemblance is not there.
Toby? No way! Can't be!
Bro, he did a whole hair change.
Those eyes are Toby's.
Bro, his eyes are also completely different. What are you talking about?
Toby's illness was completely cured due to the arrangement, but now he's Faust, whose sole purpose is to generate spiral force. Remember when we said that nuclear energy was too risky to use as power? Well, take a look at this. The valley around it, thunderstruck. But that's just the charging process. Wait until you see what happens when you release the spiral force. The forest? Gone. The lake? Deleted. The mountains? Cut. So yeah, this isn't just an energy source, this is a whole war weapon. Ziggurat plans to sell Spiral Force to the highest bidder, but obviously that's a terrible idea, but he don't care. Ziggurat dips, and fights break out all over the city. There was someone driving that car.
Special move! Hades Gate!
Like, does this not look crazy? Or like... Gangan Galaxy and Wang Hu Zhang were fighting for a little while, but Team Wildfang arrived to drive them out, forcing them to retreat. In the last 5 episodes of the season, we went from a World Tournament arc to a stop impending Doomsday arc. The WBBA can't do anything about Ziggurat since he hasn't done anything illegal yet. Yes, that sounds stupid considering he made a literal Beyblade nuke, but whatever. Leaving the fate of the world to these kids. Team Excalibur joins them, and they're off like they're on their way to Arlong Park. Zio tries to talk to Toby, but he completely rebranded as Faust. Yeah, I don't know what kind of name is that, but the Faust. Zio gets thrown in jail, and the team of protagonists arrive. The Garcias stop them and split them up into different battles until Hades City is ready to fly. Yes, you heard me right. Just watch.
Hades City?
Everyone hurry!
Huh? What is it, Director?
Hades City has begun to rise!
What?
If he escapes into space, it'll be all over!
Space?
Due to the circumstances, only a select few from each team can make it to Hades City, but you and Tsubasa fully recovered and was able to join the fight too.
He made a flying city. It's shaped as a Beyblade. How are you supposed to get up? Oh, goody. I don't know how he hooked that, but alright.
They all storm the tower and they run into Julian. Julian's reasoning for joining Ziggurat is he took such a big L that Hades Inc. has taken over all of Concern's family businesses.
The companies that were managed by your family, the land, factories, and all of the other possessions they owned now belong to us.
When did that happen?
How can that be?
It happened so quickly.
He promises to keep Concern's family name and the businesses intact as long as Julian swears loyalty to him. So yeah, losing Beyblade has ruined his whole life and is ordered to crash out on his former teammates. The Cheyenne stays behind to beat some sense into Julian while the rest moves towards the Spiral Core. They have an ideology off, and after a while, Julian realizes, hey, maybe it's okay to not have an impossibly high expectation of a 100% win rate. Maybe it's okay to lose, as long as you keep moving forward and try again. He gets into that Mamba mentality and decides to turn his whole life around for the better. Good job, Julian. Meanwhile, Hades is flying right above New York City, and Ziggurat got the attention of the entire world. The group splits up into two different groups, and Yu, Tsubasa, and Madoka run into Jack. Jack starts tweaking over his loss to Ryuga, and Yu gets himself stuck in the arrangement machine. Tsubasa has to 1v1 Jack, and Jack's stadium has a bunch of pillars. Why the pillars? So he can sculpt them mid-match. He thinks he Killer Bee out there, thinking he can cook his opponent and cook up some art at the same time. But unlike Killer Bee, Jack gets power clipped by Tsubasa very badly, and Yu destroys Jack's arrangement machine, so that's finished. Next up, Damien confronts Jinga, Masamune, and Kiyoya, and Kiyoya takes on Damien alone while Jinga and Masamune goes on ahead.
Now it's my turn to play! Rise, gate to Hades!
You know, there's still no explanation on what this is. They never... There's still no explanation of what this actually is. Maybe it is just opening a portal to hell.
Damien puts Kiyoya into his domain expansion and starts frying him. Literally.
Kiyoya?
Yo.
What is it, Jinga? I thought I heard Kiyoya's voice.
Kiyoya gets up and pulls up his own domain expansion and overpowers Curvix. Meanwhile, Ziggurat hacks every TV screen in the world to deliver this message.
In order to encourage even better offers, I have decided that it would be best to perform one final grand demonstration.
Oh?
In a single instant, one island will disappear off the map.
Huh?
Please trust me, this is going to happen.
What?
A customer is
why?
a customer. We must show them that we truly hold a power worth buying.
We don't want an island gone. What are you doing?
Jinga and Masamune arrives at the Spiral Core and Toby. And of course, Masamune tries to talk to Toby, but he is now Faust. Now, Tempo is reportedly a Beyblade that can spin for all eternity, which means Spiral Force will be generated forever. And of course, Jinga and Masamune try to stop Tempo, but obviously it wouldn't be easy. Because guess what Faust does?
Special move, go! Spiral Dimension!
Huh? 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 Okay, no, no. Did he actually just cast a domain expansion?
This is a black hole that Tempo has created. The black hole controls both space and time. There is no attack that would be of any use against it.
Bro wants to be Sephiroth so bad.
Oh my god, it's actually a domain expansion. They're in a force field. What is this?
Now you are doomed to watch from the darkness that you will never be able to escape from, while I gain fame and fortune as a scientist possessing even more genius than Einstein. He was just a substitute kindergarten teacher compared to me.
Damn! What the fuck? Yo. Jinga and Masamune are actually losing. They got caught in Satoru Gojo's infinite void. But Ryuga arrives and does something completely unbelievable. Did you just launch a bay towards a giant city? What the fuck? Ryuga single-handedly brings down Hades City, and Jinga and Masamune break free from Faust's domain expansion, and Zio escapes from his prison cell. Jinga and Masamune were able to take down Tempo and defeat Faust. Everyone inside was able to reunite, and Ziggurat has lost billions of dollars worth of research to a bunch of kids. El Drago has destroyed Hades City's Spyro Core, and the city crashes into the ocean. Tsubasa and Kiyoya stay on their feet though, that's just how much aura they have. No crash gonna make them stop standing. Unfortunately, we're not done here. There is 15 minutes left until the Spyro Core goes under a meltdown.
What's a meltdown anyway? It's called a core meltdown. It's when the energy surpasses its melting point, melts the energy reactor, and spills outside the unit. In the case of a nuclear power plant, they say that the overflowing energy could melt through the Earth's surface all the way to the center of the planet.
What? That's bad. Wait,
Force
what?
is much more destructive power than what that can do. If a meltdown actually occurs, it'll be the end of the world.
Huh?
If the worst happens, the uncontrolled energy would envelop
Huh?
the entire globe and break it apart.
Bro?
Say what?
This is all your fault.
No, it's your fault for making it.
My way, this never would have happened.
Bro, you're the one that made it! This is the final episode of the season, and now the entire world is at risk of being destroyed. The power scaling in this show has gotten out of control. Toby is still under the arrangement's mind control, and he only wants to make Tempo spin, but that would only speed up the meltdown. Jinga and Madoka sets off to stop the meltdown, and Yu, Tsubasa, and Kiyoya leaves. Toby is still trying to make Tempo spin, so Masamune has to stop his friend from doing that. Ziggurat tries to run while he's trying to cope that he essentially is responsible for the destruction of the world.
This isn't my fault. I
Yes,
tried
it
to
is.
stop it. I
No, you
can't be
didn't.
blamed for what will happen.
Yes, you can. He runs into Zio and gets one shot. So the way to stop the core is, get this, to launch Pegasus into the core and make it spin faster than the core itself. Brilliant. Zio arrives to stop Toby by casting the ultimate domain expansion. Childhood flashbacks. Toby snaps out of the arrangement, and the three friends have officially been reunited. Meanwhile, Pegasus is actually absorbing the spiral force, but it's starting to break apart. When Pegasus looks like it's about to be completely destroyed, Ryuga shows up to the core and boosts Pegasus' strength so much that Pegasus was able to send the core into space and explode outside of the planet. The world is saved. Masamune leaves Team Gan Galaxy and forms Team Dungeon with Zio and Toby, and Hades City sinks into the bottom of the ocean. By the way, Ziggurat was left unconscious and he never shows up in the series again, which means he absolutely drowned to death in Hades City. He is dead. And with that, Beyblade Battle Masters is completed. And after the world was on the line, I don't think it could get any crazier than...
This time the world will be completely covered by the Black Sun.
Man... Let's go, Beyblade, let it rip. Battle Masters, let it rip. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. This is it, get a grip, let it rip.